Another team I would say, definitely, Chicago.
Mm.
One time for the one time. I wasn't
Windy
expecting it.
City.
One time for the one time. Lonzo, DeMar, and I know Laker fans going love this one, but even Alex Caruso. I mean, the DeMar signing to me came out of nowhere. I was definitely prepared for him to go, to the Lakers, even with Russ. I don't care. I wanted everybody. But I mean, him going to Chicago, that's big time.
Big time.
You still got Zach. You still got
Hmm.
Vucevic. You add Lonzo.
They
That's
got Kobe White probably coming off the bench,
yeah.
6-man role.
I'm smelling playoffs.
They
I'm
got
I'm,
they
I'm
got
smelling playoffs. I won't say what seed just yet, but I'm smelling a definitely an 8 seed or within 1 through 8. I mean
no,
them making the playoffs.
we can DeMar is special. People forgot about it's crazy because we always talk about how the narrative always shifts and changes when it comes to certain players. DeMar went from a guy in Toronto, one of the most elite scorers in the game in the NBA, going to All-Star games, and people are saying, you know what? All he can do is score.
Hmm.
So he gets traded to the Spurs. His game becomes more well-rounded. Takes a back seat for scoring, playing in that Spurs offense, which is reason why the USA Olympic team has kind of been struggling as well. It's a reason why
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard wanted to get the hell up
Yeah.
out of San Antonio. If you watch that offense, what's going on in the USA? But he plays. He shows that, you know what, I can score, I can pass, I can assist. Averaging 21, 5 and 5 for a couple years with the Spurs. And people are saying he doesn't deserve to be an All-Star. He's not an all-star. He was an all-star in the East. What happened to DeMar Rose? This guy is one of the most lethal scorers the game has ever seen, and it's just kind of like, I'm happy for him to go back East. Go back and play in the Eastern Conference because people have forgotten how great DeMar DeRozan is.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, that getting Lonzo Ball, it's just kind of like you get a real point guard that can run up and down the floor, that can also shoot the ball, that can, facilitate and get Zach LaVine easy buckets, and also DeMar DeRozan easy buckets, pick and roll with Nicolia. It's just kind of like that's going to be special. And I'm gonna say this: I don't know how good the Chicago Bulls. They look good on paper. I don't know how good the Chicago Bulls are going to be, and this is going to kind of like segue into our next segment. But I feel like they can either be a eighth seed to a playing seed, or they can be like the New York Knicks or the Phoenix Suns, a surprise team that can be a top seed in the East next year. It's gonna
Top
go
what?
one.
What number? What
It's
number?
gonna top.
What's the high? What's the highest? What's their ceiling?
The highest. The highest can be, if you look at the East, you got the Brooklyn Nets, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, and then you got the Miami Heat, Philadelphia Sixers. So I'm gonna say, who knows what's happening with those two teams, but
Yeah.
like top 4 seed, that can be their ceiling. You
And
know what I'm
what?
saying?
I gotta stop you. You gotta say Atlanta too. You have to.
Oh, the Atlanta
I know.
Hawks.
I
The Atlanta
know.
Hawks.
Yeah. I know on paper and stuff like that. And then people
Yeah.
might say, everyone's healthy now, but hey, you don't have
Yeah.
a choice now. They just made the Eastern Conference Finals. I gotta say it. Throw
But
Atlanta
I'm just
in
saying the Chicago
Facts.
Bulls can be a top 4 or top 5 seed next year. Because I'm the reason why I'm saying that is because, first off, we also got to talk about the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat
I was
getting
going
Kyle
to.
Lowry. Go ahead.
I was
Go
going
ahead.
to.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was going
Talk
to let
about
you run though.
talk about
Yeah.
that. Talk about that acquisition.
Yeah, I mean that's another team that won too. The acquisition of Kyle Lowry and being able to keep Jimmy to that contract. And I honestly I do like the Duncan Robinson signing as well though. I know people are talking about the money, but I mean one shout out to him. I think it was the highest contract ever for an undrafted player. That is tough in itself, right? Now, I'm not even just talking about fit right now.
Shout out to
salute.
the undrafted
That's-
D3 D3 to 90 million. Salute that,
come
bro.
on,
That's
man.
that's the grind.
That's a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
But the Kyle Lowry signing, I like that. Obviously, we know what he brings to the table. Him and Jimmy, I think, will fit and play well together. Both of them have NBA Finals experience. And I think Miami's going to come back hungry. I think they, obviously had a disappointing season after their NBA Finals appearance. But the addition of Kyle Lowry, having that veteran presence and leadership, I mean, I'm not going to put them ahead of Brooklyn or Milwaukee just yet. But
You're gonna give somebody
know.
some problems.
yeah, there you go. They definitely give teams some problems.
Mhm.
They definitely give teams some problems. They definitely,
Yeah.
definitely are.
Yeah.
But I like the sign though. It sucks though. It sucks to see him leave Toronto.
Yeah, he's a
But
legend.
it's time. It was just time. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I like the fit.
I feel like with Kyle Lowry, I would have liked it more if DeMar was on his way with him for a reunion.
Mm.
And I would have liked it a lot more. But they formed a big three. I'm not gonna say they're a super team or whatever, but it's all basically what the Brooklyn Nets did. We went 2 years for having great duos, LeBron and AD, Kawhi and Paul George, and then you had Kevin Durant and Kyrie early on the season. Then when James Harden came, the league just last year with the trade, everybody's like, okay, well, we're not gonna do kind of what happened with the Golden State Warriors when Kevin Durant signed. It was only one team that had a legit shot at beating the Golden State Warriors. That was the Houston Rockets that actually went out and made moves. And was like, yo, we're going to try to compete against these guys and knock these guys out. You know what I'm saying? But now, with the Kevin Durant signing and James Harden being traded, teams like, we gonna form big threes. We gonna form big threes and super teams, depending on, like, I don't know if you consider the Lakers a super team or not, but they have a big three. Chicago Bulls, they have a big three. The Milwaukee Bucks, they have a big three. The Philadelphia Sixers, they have a big three. So when I say big three, these are you got at least two guys that are all-star players or top 10 players or whatever you want to say. It's just kind of like you got another guy that's top 15, top 20 in the league or top 25 in the league. That's a big three. So that's how I look at it. That with this situation with the Miami Heat, I was hoping DeMar was gonna come with Kyle Lowry, but I guess they feel like the key is Tyler Hero. Is Tyler Hero going to take that step? He had a sophomore slump. Is he going to take that step and showcase his ability, what he did in the bubble? Can he do that in his third year and take that step and really say, yo, I can be a starting shooting guard in this league someday? Or I'm just going to be a guy that's going to probably be a sixth man for my career. He has to take that step. So
yeah, but I mean that would have been a lot of money though. Going back to the DeMar one.
Yeah, but look, DeMar,
Jimmy,
they signed Kyle Lowry for Kyle Lowry, 35 years old. And that's another thing I don't understand about the Pat Riley situation, because he let Dwayne Wade walk to go to Chicago over a couple millions of dollars because he was 35 years old. And now you re-up, you sign and trade Kyle Lowry, who's 35 past his prime. And then even Jimmy Butler is just kind of like, that contract in a few years with Jimmy Butler is not going to look very great as well, especially when you look at, like, and Jimmy Butler's still a great player, but like coming off that playoff series against the Milwaukee Bucks, it's just kind of like, with the injuries that Jimmy Butler's had, 2 years probably left in his prime. Hopefully longer, he can extend it, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just like, I really don't know. So it's going to be iffy.
It's probably a contract rewarded, still based off that NBA Finals run.
Yeah, of course. You had to re-up him.
Yeah, but I say, honestly, who knows? And they may even make an NBA Finals run this year. I mean, I'm not picking them to, but I mean, they have pieces, and I think it's the way they play too. It's a fearless type of team that's led by a guy like Jimmy Butler. I mean, who knows?